years in opposition, under a shocking one-man rule, with only a driver mate, as we are now made to believe, we bounce back stronger and better. The absolute majority we now possess in the next parliament does not merely reflect the confidence of the Ghanaian people in the party, but it underscores their yearning for change, for progress, and their trust in the party's promise to reset Ghana. And Ghana, we must reset. We cannot do that just in 4 years. We will make tremendous gains in 4 years, but we need more than that. And it behoves on all of us in what we say, in what we do, in our attitudes, in our conduct, to let Ghanaians know that there is no other party better than the NDC. The economic challenges inherited from the outgoing administration will be considerable. In fact, many of you don't know how deep the hole is. And if we are to succeed in reversing these trends, it will demand the utmost commitment and concerted efforts of professionals like you. Your insights, professionalism, dedication, and ability to mobilize support to reset Ghana will be critical as we work together to breathe new life into our economy, our government.
And then he also had a lot to say when it comes to the newly elected parliamentarians to be inaugurated in the 9th Parliament.
To become a member of Parliament, you have to be elected by the voter. And you have to be declared by the Electoral Commission. But you have to be sworn in by the Speaker. Until you are sworn in by the Speaker, you remain MP elect. So I was very clear in my mind that some of those re-collations and re-declarations were completely null and void ab initio. They were unknown to the law. And so they were not properly so-called MPs elect and not qualified to be sworn in by me. My clerk this year, we had those discussions. When I told them, they were all surprised. I said, yes, I'm the gatekeeper. The right thing must be done for us to be able to reset Ghana. And so this recognition, I tell you, is going to do more than what I have done.
I know we are in opposition, so I'll go ballistic.
Don't
worry.
Okay, meaning so, what? I mean,
okay, once again,
the Speaker, the pronouncement is making a dangerous,
before
are they not?
Before I get here, Roland, I'm a man who is very grateful for whatever help people give me. In this political conversation, you need help. And on this campaign, there were many people who came through for us in our campaigns. It's only fair that I use this platform to appreciate them. Whilst we sit on this platform, we do not maintain all the knowledge in this world. People send us text messages, on-the-spot information, and that usually changes the confirmation. Your platform is for education, entertainment, and to inform people. And so sometimes you'll be on the platform and an expert sends you a particular information that essentially changes even what you say and what not to say. I want to appreciate those people who usually come through for us. I appreciate you greatly. Roland, there have been instances that you've not been here, that either Bella or Na or Cookie have stepped in. And as men, we tend to try to maybe make it a bit
the women more
uncomfortable for them. And so I want to thank them for whatever it is that they have endured in keeping us in check. It's always a difficult thing. I appreciate them greatly. But you see, that said, I want to, on this issue of the speaker,
even about the contested seats in relation to who will be inaugurated or will be part of that swearing in and all that.
I've read on various platforms the conversation that at this critical moment, the responsibility is within the clerk of parliament, and that it is the clerk that will first admit the people into the house. It is the people who will then subsequently elect or select or, as it were, endorse whoever may be proposed as speaker. I recall vividly in 2004, where former President Kufuor had brought Sechi Hughes. And then the NDC minority then, I think led by Honorable Bagbe, then proposed Peter Lajete, the then speaker. And the matter was put to a vote. And the MPP numbers, obviously more than ours, overwhelmingly voted for, what do we call it? Sechi Hughes. And so Alajete lost the plot. Obviously, there is going to be a conversation as to who will be the next speaker. Already, I've heard Honorable Afenyo Markins and co saying that Honorable Bagbe should stay and they will prefer working with him, among other things. Speaker Bagbe is somebody whose pedigree and, let me say, experience is one that is over 30 years relative to our democratic experiment. And with that experience and what have you, I'm sure it is going to make whoever the next speaker is going to be a very interesting conversation. Either way, I want to wish him well. He served Ghana extremely well. And if his name comes up, with the likes of Afenyo Markins and others already speaking in his favor, I strongly believe that the future is pregnant. Yeah. With that pregnancy, I want to dovetail it into the conversation as to what Right Honorable Speaker said. I think he's expressed a view that not many people share with him. Particularly from the MPP side, that is not within his remit, because technically, for the technical legal reason, at the time MPs will be sworn in, quote unquote, there wouldn't be a speaker. Even if he will be the speaker of the next, technically, it's considered to be a new parliament altogether. And so the admission into the house may be done by the clerk. But I want to believe that whatever the clerk will do would be within the confines of the law. And so if there are existing legal processes relative to, quote, the MPs who are the benefit of recollation, and like the court said, to the point that and the Electoral Commission itself makes the point that they recollated on the basis of the court order. Now, that order of the court had been set aside. And so, to the point that those orders have been set aside, the consequential orders that resulted in the recollation and the benefit derived from that purported recollation must fail or must fall. Like we always say in Mark 4 and USC, you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. So when the foundational order is no longer there, and in many of the depositions done by the Electoral Commission before the court, they make the point that they had to do the recollation pursuant to the orders of the court. And so if those orders are no longer there, the logical consequence is that all the recollations done on the basis of those orders falls, as somebody would say, flat. And when they fall flat, you cannot derive any benefit from it. I think that it is within that context that the Right Honourable Speaker is saying that if you are a product of that impugned order, if you are a product of that quash order, then you can't enter the House.
Okay, so that's the reasoning behind
That's the reasoning behind
his opinion he shared.
That's all,
okay.
Without more.
Okay, so it's not for any mischief?
No. I mean, and remember that this is a speech he delivered after the Supreme Court pronouncement. And his claim is well-founded in law. In fact, I remember the claim by the Electoral Commission at the Supreme Court was that they had already done the recollation. And so the court should not entertain our application because it's like the horses are bolted. So why do you want to now lock the stable after the horses? The Supreme Court said, no. Once the impugned orders form the foundation of the so-called recollation, it must fail. And that's the logical consequence for it. And so under the circumstance, the Speaker is right to say that those people should not enter the House.
Well, I say good morning to Abigail Darko with the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Goma District area, always helping us do some great discussions. As I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas. But what do you say in response to that? Perhaps we shouldn't take the Speaker out of context. Yes. But the question then is, as the man he is and the role that he plays, did he need to make that comment?
Roland, sometimes I uphold the saying that silence is golden. And that should be a mark of a leader, every leader, especially a leader who emanates from the circles of the law, who understands what the law says and work with the law. In this case, like Speaker Bagbin, I was appalled by the comment made by him. First of all, like my brother Ediji says, we are moving into the 9th Parliament. And if you listen to Ediji carefully, he chose his words well. He's not speaking to matters that would point to the fact that something that is a sub judice is being discussed. And I don't expect a man of his stature to have made such comment at all. First of all, we've gone into an election. Election is over. We have some contentions. The NDC says no. MPP says no. Or whoever has interest in it says no. There are laws to guide us. And rightly so, my good brother sitting here was in the Supreme Court and argued his case strongly and eloquently. Okay? He exhibited brilliance. The Supreme Court bought into his argument and said, look, if that foundation which is supposed to make these MPs is flawed, in the criminal justice system, they say fraud vitiates all. Whatever that you feel is indeed not right cannot make what is wrong right. Therefore, my brother was directed and his team, and our party directed and their team, go back to the High Court, get a new judge, litigate the mandamus, then whatever that comes out, we all abide by it again and move on. Now, before that is done, then you get a forum. That is where I want to caution President Mahama. I want to wish him well, congratulate him. He's a great brother. He's been there before, and he's been given the mandate again by the people. Inshallah, by the 7th of January, which we all pray to live to see, he shall be sworn in as the President of the Republic of Ghana. And I want to say, he should be wary of the number 3.
I don't understand. Who is number 3?
The powerful number 3. People are so interested in number 3, but this country deals with
Speaker of Parliament.
I don't know who is going to be the Speaker of Parliament, but he should be aware. He should be aware that there will be a number 3, and that number 3 may assume some powers.
What's your point with this?
The point I'm making is that if you are a leader and in that position, you should be measured by what you say. I respect Speaker Bagbin so much, but what he said was needless. My brother has just